Hey guys, it's Ep88 here and welcome back to episode 88 of my Leeds United career mode. Now in today's episode, we've got two more games to play. The first one obviously against Norwich away, followed by Crystal Palace in the Cup. But the main thing that we've got to do today is to try and get in some more new signings. We are in the January transfer window and we have put in some bids in the previous episode. Before we get into things, if we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Also, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button as well and that would be great. Let's have a look at the bids I put in the previous episode. For those of you who didn't see it, you can watch it by clicking the link in the description below. But these are the players I put in bids for. There's quite a few there, mainly looking at centre-backs because we've got Smith and also Bailey on the way out as well. So we've got to try and replace those by looking at some of fairly decent centre-backs, to be honest, to replace them, as well as some left-wingers and left-mids mixed in there. Just decided to bring quite a few different bids to make sure that we've obviously got enough players in to cover the players that are going out. Let's go with this game against Norwich. We are actually going to play this match. I don't think we will be playing... We will actually play the Palace match as well in the Cup. But we'll just play the two games this episode. Hopefully try and fit both of them in. Because obviously transfers can take a long time. That's the team that I've gone with. The players that you can't see there are Eric Dyer and also Ramirez, I think, as well. Iheanacho's playing up front. Bridgecott on the left. The usual defence, to be honest. And yeah, let's get on with this game. And also, other notable players. We've got Silva on the bench as well. He's there as our striker if we need him. Let's crack on against Norwich. They are doing quite well this year, so we do need to beat them so we can advance up the league table. We're a game behind everyone, so if we win this, I think we go up to something like 4th or 3rd in the league, which is pretty good. Let's see how we get on, hopefully win, and try and get the 3 points against Norwich. Early chance for Iheanacho. He's won back the ball. Can he finish this off? Oh, he probably went a bit too wide. And Ruddy with the save. Bridgecott going to have a shot. Oh, off the bar. Calvin Phillips. Oh, we've actually scored 1-0. I thought he'd been offside there. Lovely bit of build-up play. And we definitely deserve a goal there. 39 minutes in. Fantastic bit of passing just to begin with. Eric Dyer here playing it into Bridgecott. Has a strike. I thought he was going in, but it hits the bar. And Calvin Phillips directs the header brilliantly. He could have quite easily have headed that one straight at Ruddy, but he doesn't. He tries to put it in the corner, and he does so. 1-0, 40 minutes in. Iheanacho looking for Calvin Phillips. It's a brilliant pass. Calvin Phillips, can he make it 2? He has done. Straight from kickoff. Oh my days, 2 or 3 minutes later, we've made it 2-0. And I've got to say, we deserve it. We've been the better team. We've dominated the match. This is a lovely little run here from Calvin Phillips and a brilliant chip over the top from Iheanacho. And eventually, obviously, with the second shot, he scores it 2-0. And this game is getting quite comfortable for us. We're going to try and make sure it doesn't die off and that we continue to try and score goals, though. Bailey. Out for a throwing. And that is it for the first half. We're still in the game 2-0. Very good first half for us. I'm tempted to make some changes, but I don't know whether it will be to weaken the team or to just freshen up the team. We'll have a little look, and I don't really know. I've got Redmond on the bench. Maybe he's a player I should be using, but for now I think we'll just keep it the same. I don't think we need to rush into any changes. Nelson Oliveira could quite obviously be our choice to come off the bench, as he did quite well when I did that before. So he might well be the player I bring on later on, but for now we'll keep things the same. Calvin Phillips through to Iheanacho. Oh, so close to a third. That'd have been an assist for Calvin Phillips that time. It's not quite though. It has gone out for a corner. Mane will take this corner. Eric Dyer's in there. What a header that is. Sadly, straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, through to Mane. What a pass from Calvin Phillips. Mane's through. Doesn't have too many options in the middle. Has to smash it. And sadly smashes it towards Ruddy. And it is a good save in the end. A lot of power behind that one. Like I say, I didn't really have any other options in the middle. Not any clear ones anyway. And let's try and get this one in with Ramirez. It's a decent ball in actually. Eric Dyer's in there again. Another power header. And another good save from Ruddy. He's kept him in this match. So 3 changes. Redmond will come on. Yaya Toure and Nelson Oliveira will also come on. And that means that Calvin Phillips, Iheanacho and Mane will come off. That will hopefully strengthen the team a little bit going forward. Obviously, we know we've got some quality players that we're taking off. But in terms of physicality, I think we'll have a much stronger team in the attacking positions now. Let's see how we get on. 20 minutes left. Hopefully just see out the rest of this game. Yaya Toure looking for Nelson Oliveira. Still trying to go forward here. Back to Yaya. Now across to Ramirez. Can he make it 3? How has he missed that? That is it for the game. We're still, we obviously won that match 2-0. But my only complaint really is that it wasn't more than 2. It should have easily have been 4 or 5 at least. And I think if it was the computer that put this sort of performance against us, it would have been 4 or 5-0. We completely dominated them from start to finish. Look at all the shots that we've had. How it's only ended up 2-0, I've got no idea. Definitely deserved to be more. But we got the 3 points. We got more than 1 goal finally. And that means that we should move further up the league table now. Before we take a look at the league table though, let's take a look at some emails. And Andre Silva, we got a bid in for him. Now, originally I was going to try and sell him because he'd not actually had a particularly good spell with us in the 6 months, however long he's been here, probably less than that in fact. Let's see what the transfer offer is. I'm expecting it to be quite high, but we'll find out. 22.5 million. Wow, okay, that is quite a lot. I wasn't really too sure exactly how much the bid would be for, but 22.5 is a lot. However, I'm going to reject it because he's starting to put in some decent performances for us, and he'll be playing against Crystal Palace, I'd imagine, in the Cup. So I want to keep him. I'm going to reject that offer just completely. Liverpool have rejected our offer because the sum is too low for Ibe. I actually suspected that in the previous episode. I said it after I put in the bid, that it might have been a little bit too low. So we'll take a look at that and hopefully put in a bit of a better bid. Where is he on here? Ibe there. I think we put in a £2 million bid. So he's clearly worth more than that because he's on 60 grand a week as well, so that's a bit of a hint. And we'll go 4 million, we'll double it. Not really too sure how much he's worth, to be honest. And we've got someone being promoted to the senior team, that's Kingsley there, who has accepted the contract that we offered him. Player suspended, that's Congolo, who's out for the next game, and suspension is over for Lewis Cook. On to some more emails. Everton have rejected the bid that we put in for John Stones, and West Ham have rejected the bid we put in for Antonio. Nobody's wanting to accept anything at the moment. So let's have a look at the Stones one. We put in a bid of 6 million, and that also included, in fact it didn't include anyone because he's got 6 months left on his contract. So that's the reason why they've rejected that one. Again, it was another one that I kind of suspected they probably would because of how valuable he is. We'll go with 10 million, see what they say to that. I'm hoping that they come round and maybe accept that one, but I doubt it, to be honest, given the fact that he is so valuable. Maybe we look to get him on a pre-contract agreement, although ideally we need players now. And Antonio, that was another one that's got 6 months left on his contract. Again, they just rejected that one. We will up it to 5 million and hope that they agree to that deal. Some more emails quickly before we get on to the Crystal Palace game. We've got some players returning from loan. Killock, some of our young players here. Joe Lowe also, and Bright Spence as well returns from from Portsmouth. Bid in here from for Callum Wilson, and it's going to be from Palmero, and it's for 6 million. Not that good, really, considering his value is 7.5. He's a player that's starting to play quite well for us, actually, so maybe we look to try and get 8 million, and I'll probably take that, to be honest, for him. Quite a lot of money. We can use it to buy other players, and I think I'm looking to maybe try and get in a different striker anyway. And Sunderland have rejected the offer. Some is too low for Scott Sinclair. Again, we'll take another look at him just because I think he looks quite good. He's been playing well recently. He's 29 though, which is the only issue. They have stated 9 million will be the amount. I'm just going to go with 4. I mean, I don't desperately want Scott Sinclair. It's only because he's in good form recently. That was one thing. I think he's got a hat-trick on one of the recent games. Bournemouth have accepted the £2 million bid for Theo Gordon, which is a young centre-back that seems to be doing quite well at Bournemouth. We'll give him a 5-year contract, I think, and we'll just go ahead with that. We'll go with a sporadic first-team player as his squad role. And Everton have also accepted another bid, this time again 2 million, for another centre-back. This time he's 21 years old rather than 19. 5-year deal, and we'll go with squad rotational, I think. In fact, no, we'll go sporadic again. And Bayern Munich have rejected the bid that I put in there for Jason Denayer. That was Bailey and 3 million on top of that. We'll up that to 5. I think that's a reasonable offer, to be honest. I'm offering a very good centre-back and 5 million for Denayer, who looks like a very good centre-back for us again. So let's move on now to look at some more players, trying to see whether there's any pre-contract agreements I can try and get in. I've decided to put in a bid for Benik Afobe, 4.5 million. The reason why I'm going for him is as a replacement for Callum Wilson. Obviously, it's a cheaper option. He's got 6 months left on his deal, so again, I should be able to get him for a cheaper amount. So obviously, if I get 8 million on Callum Wilson, something like that anyway, then we'll be making a little bit of profit by the fact we've got another player that's equally as good coming in. So I'm happy with that one. There's other players as well that I'll be taking a look at to try and actually get on pre-contract agreements rather than just getting them cheap. We'll take a look at those in a second. This is one possibility. He looks really good. 82 overall, centre attacking mid. Quintero, I think is how you pronounce his name. We're going to go with a 4-year deal. Crucial first team player. See what he says to the offer of 80 grand a week. I'm also going to put in a slightly different bid as well for a guy called Ntep, I think is how you pronounce his name. That's how I'm going to do it anyway. We've got Redmond, who's worth 13 million, and 5 million on top of that to try and get in this guy. Now, the reason why I'm after him is because he looks like an incredible left mid. We need really two really good wingers. We've already got Mane, and Redmond really hasn't quite done what I was after on the left-hand side. So look at this guy's pace, and also look at this guy's dribbling and finishing as well. It's incredible for a winger. Ball control looks really good. Everything looks fantastic with him. And he's 26, so he's just approaching his peak years, and he just looks like a really good player. So we're going to try and get him in. He's quite a valuable player, actually. I was quite surprised by that. But Redmond is someone that I'm potentially looking to get rid of if the right offer comes in. There's other players as well. This guy doesn't look too bad, just not quite as fast as I'd hoped for a winger. And obviously Antonio is a player that we're looking at trying to buy with just money. So yeah, I don't think there's any more players in particular that I'm looking at for now. Let's just move on to the next game. Actually, my final bid is going to be for Maicon. It's going to be with Bailey and 3 million on top of that. Now we'll move on to the Crystal Palace match, which I think we will be simming. I've not simmed a game in ages, and also it's during the January transfer window. It's what I usually do. I usually sim 1 or 2 games. So we'll change around the team for the Palace match and see what sort of side I've got available. And this is the team that I've gone with. We've got Butland in goal, Nelson at right back, Capello and Smith at centre back, Gomez at left back. In front of them, Yaya Toure and Lewis Cook. Redmond on the left, Nelson Lavieri just in behind, Silva with Wilson on the right. I think it looks quite a strong team on paper. Obviously, we're going to sim the game, and literally anything can happen when you sim matches, which isn't good. Palace aren't on a particularly good run of form at the moment, though. They've lost 2 of the last 3 games, and maybe this could be the right time to play against them. Let's see how we get on. Hopefully don't concede early. In fact, we scored early. Nelson scored, but they've just gone to score 3 minutes later through Campbell. 1-1, and we are approaching half-time. Yaya Toure puts us in front actually just before that. Into the second half, still in the game 2-1. Their new signing, Fernandez, has come on. Ramirez has come on for us, but Silva makes it 3-1. That's 3 different goal scorers for us now during this game. 15 minutes left. Can we see out the rest of the match? We've actually made it 4-1, and that is a 4th goal scorer. Mane, who came off the bench, makes it 4-1, and that is how it finishes. So we go through to the next round. Transfer offer in for Jack Butland, 18 million from QPR. Wow, that was a bigger bid than I was expecting. It's obviously a lot above his value at the moment, but the chief executive reckons he could be worth as much as 24.2. Most clean sheets in the league at the moment. Not interested in getting rid of him. He's starting to go up a little bit in overall now, so let's reject that one and try and keep hold of him. He's starting to put in some good performances recently as well, after I was tempted by selling him and trying getting in Joe Hart. On to some player drills. We'll go with the exact same 5 players that we did last week and that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. And we've got a couple of attributes there going up, nobody going up in overall. Maybe it's time to rotate them round for next week to just make sure that there's other players in the squad that are getting trained as well. We're currently 3rd in the league, 2 points behind Man City, and it's really close in the top 4, isn't it? Just 2 points between 4th and 1st. Norwich there with 4 points behind Man United in 5th. Liverpool have come back and said they want 7 million for Jordan Ibe. We offered 4 in the initial bid. We're going to up it to 5. Just to see whether they accept that. Again, not too sure what overall he is, so I could be overpaying a little bit. Speaking of overpaying, they want 10 million for Antonio. Not too sure about that one. We'll up it to 7, and that might well be the final bid for Antonio, with him having 6 months left on his contract. And the final load of emails to look at for this episode. First of all, we've got Eric Dyer saying he wants to play the next game. He probably will, to be honest. Transfer offer in for our right back that we're trying to get rid of. We've got way too many right backs, so we'll actually accept that one. 1.1 million doesn't seem too much for someone that's got quite a bit of potential. Everton have rejected our bid for Stones. The player's too valuable. They keep on saying that, but what actually do they want for him? I mean, 10 million is a decent amount for someone with 6 months left on the contract. So I think we will chuck in maybe Tommy Smith as well and go 11 million. The extra million might well do the trick. They want 8.5 for Scott Sinclair, which is ridiculous, so we won't bother with that one. Theo Gordon has accepted the contract, 2 million and £6,000 a week. Let's just hope he's a good overall now, because I've really no idea. We've not scouted him. Hopefully he's in his maybe mid-60s, late 60 overall, something like that. And he's 69, so yeah, that's very good. Look at the strength and the jumping. Fantastic. And he can play right back as well, but he's left-footed, so maybe that's not the best idea to play him there. 69 overall, that was good for a 19-year-old as well, which is quite good. Maybe he will replace our other young centre-back that we have. It looks like he might just actually, yeah. And Quintero has got back to us, and he's declined the offer. Doesn't feel the move suits him to Leeds. I probably agree with that one, to be honest, but we're not actually going to continue with that. 80 grand a week, I think, was as far as I wanted to go for now. We'll leave it in the emails, though, just in case I change my mind. And this is something I was not expecting. They've actually accepted the bid I put in for Ep88, who is obviously the left mid that we're after. Redmond and 5 million, 80 grand a week we're going to offer him. 4-year deal, crucial first-team player. Player sold, that's Bailey, who's gone to Everton for 7 million. Okay, I think the board have done that one. That's not good. He's worth much more than 7 million. We've only got 6 of that. That is not good news for us. And they want 8 million for a Phobe. It's a lot of money, again, for someone with only 6 months left on the contract. We'll go with 5.5. It's more than his value. Again, I think I'm paying quite a decent amount for him. If they want to reject it, they can, and we'll move on to other players if they do that. I can't believe that Bailey's just gone like that, to be honest. And we need to get in a centre-back quite quickly now. But unfortunately, that has to wait until next episode. Thank you all for watching. Apologies I only played one game in this episode. That occasionally happens, though, during the transfer windows. That will be it. If we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be absolutely fantastic. If you haven't already, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.